In the past 3 years, this YouTube channel has made over $2.7 million. I didn't show my face or make a single video myself. And if you want to achieve this, there's one thing that you need to know. The money is made in sub-niches, not umbrella niches. And let me explain what that means. So I have these 4 channels pulled up right here. All 4 of these channels are in the same umbrella niche, and that umbrella niche is celebrity. However, if we look at this channel, Heavy, you can see the style of content they do. Celebrity interviews, celebrity like crazy moments, stuff like that. Compared to this channel, Anna Oop, they do a bunch of celebrity drama topics, more so aimed towards trending topics. And you can see that by the videos they upload. This channel, Thirsty, this channel is closer to the channel Heavy, but still it does target a different sub-niche. You can see the style of content that they're doing. Same thing with this channel, Just Holly. This channel, Just Holly, is closer to Anna Oop. However, they focus 100% on the Diddy case. So while these channels are all in the same umbrella niche, celebrity, they all target different sub-niches. And this allows them to stand out and kind of pave their own way. And this is something that I focus on heavy with my clients. So for example, my client Bobby, he joined my mentorship 2 months ago. His very first video got over 600,000 views. So he's never uploaded a video on YouTube before, and his very first video on the channel that I helped him get started, I helped him grow, got over 600,000 views. And in the 2 months of working with me, he's already made over $1,138. So that first video that he uploaded that got 600,000 views got his channel monetized and making money. So every video after that is now making money. And you can see he's super excited about his future. He's feels a lot more free, and he can live a life on his own terms. Those are his own words, as you can see right there. So I'm going to break down how you can not only target a sub-niche, but target a sub-niche that will fill a gap in the market so that your channel will be able to see very similar results as my client Bobby. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use these 4 channels. So for this example, I'm gonna be looking for a sub-niche in the celebrity umbrella niche that is unique and is able to stand out and kind of like pave my own path in the celebrity niche so that I can do these style videos, but be able to stand out and, draw an audience in that doesn't necessarily see a lot of the style of content that I'm about to do. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you're trying to target a sub-niche and like start a brand new channel is essentially find a couple of different reference channels. And you want to have the reference channels be in different sub-niches, but in the same umbrella niche that you actually want to go into. So as mentioned, I'm going to just be targeting the umbrella niche celebrity for this example, and I have these 4 channels that I already went over. So we have the channels, and then you want to go over to ChatGPT. In ChatGPT, this is super important, right? With ChatGPT, a lot of people don't understand how to properly use it. They don't give clear, concise information. So first things first, you do want to be in ChatGPT 4.5. This is the paid version. If you don't have the paid version, I'm sorry, this just won't work for you. However, when you're in ChatGPT 4.5, you want to go ahead and use this prompt. So this prompt states, I'm going to send you 4 different YouTube channels. All 4 of these YouTube channels are faceless YouTube channels in the umbrella niche celebrity. However, each of these channels target a different sub-niche, which allows them to be a little bit more unique and attract different audiences, and in parentheses, maybe even the same audiences of people who enjoy celebrity content. Please go through, analyze all of these channels, and you can just read the rest. At the very bottom, I list the channels in a very specific way. So I place the handle of the channel, which is this right here, and then the URL. And you can see I do that for each of the 4 channels. Before pressing send, you want to go ahead and you want to click on tools and you want to run deep research. So these 2 aspects when you're sending your prompt are super important. Number 1, ChatGPT 4.5. And number 2, you need to ensure you have deep research selected. So we're gonna go ahead and send this prompt. And you can see how concise I am with the instructions. You can go ahead and pause the video, take screenshots of the prompt so that you're able to save it. However, right when you press send, it's gonna go ahead and ask a few questions. So we're gonna go ahead and answer these questions. Okay, so I just answered the questions that ChatGPT asked. It's gonna start running its deep research, and this is gonna be about, anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes. So I'm obviously not gonna sit here and wait. So we're gonna go ahead and cut, and then I will continue right when it sends the deep research. Okay, so ChatGPT did just provide me with the deep research, basically analyzing all the channels that I did provide it in the previous prompt. So now what we're gonna do is go on to prompt number 2. This is the entire research. It took about 11 minutes, not the longest it's taken. However, you can go through and read all of this if you want. I'm not gonna go and do that. It's not necessarily needed. This is just so that ChatGPT has all of this knowledge now. So we're gonna go to the bottom, and you can see it's a lot, right? It breaks down the sub-niche and content focus, top performing recent videos, 4 to 6 months, recurring topics and themes, video title strategies, channel positioning and differentiation. I probably just totally mispronounced that word. However, we're gonna go ahead and send it prompt number 2. So prompt number 2, I already have it typed out. I'm just gonna go ahead and copy and paste. This is basically asking it to provide me a different sub-niche within the umbrella niche celebrity. So now that you have a complete understanding of topic styles, sub-niches, and overall a complete understanding of each of these channels, here is the next task. I want to start a channel in the celebrity umbrella niche. However, I want to be able to target a unique sub-niche and have a unique topic style and be able to carve my own path in the celebrity niche, but I need to make sure it's still attracting and not too unique to a point where it doesn't garner an audience. So we're just gonna go ahead and send this. Again, real quick, I'm gonna keep stressing this point because it's super, super important. You wanna make sure you are in ChatGPT 4.5, and before you send this, you go to Tools, and then you go ahead and click on Deep Research. So before you send this, you want to make sure that this is blue and this is 4.5. Super, super important. If you don't have those two aspects, what I'm doing won't work for you. So we're going to go ahead and send this with Deep Research. It's always going to ask you the questions. I will show you the whole entire prompt. You can pause the video, take a screenshot, all of that good stuff. And we're going to go ahead and answer these questions, and we will get right into it. So are you open to covering both traditional athletes? Okay, so we just sent over the answers to the questions. It's gonna start running its deep research. Same thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and let it run its research, and then I will cut and then come back once it's finished. Okay, so ChatGPT did just provide me with the sub-niches that it recommends based off of its deep research. So these are all of the options. And what I'm gonna do is go through and choose the ones that I like the most. That way I can actually send it prompt number 3. And prompt number 3 is where we're actually gonna go ahead and have it do deep research one more time and actually make variations of titles and topics for each sub-niche that I do like the most. So I'm gonna go ahead and scan through these, and I'll just fast forward this part, and I'm gonna go ahead and choose the ones that I like the most. Okay, so I have the ones that I like the most, and I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste prompt number 3 in here so we can go ahead and have it actually start making these video titles. Okay, so this is prompt number 3. Let me go ahead and just format this correctly. So these are the sub-niches that I'm going to target, and this is the list of sub-niches that I liked the most. And it's basically just letting it know to provide 3 different video topics for each sub-niche. And for each video topic, to provide 4 variations of titles. So topic, let me format this a little bit better so there's no confusion. Okay, so I formatted it a little bit different just so ChatGPT fully understands what I'm trying to do and there's absolutely no room for confusion. And again, before you press send, you want to go ahead and make sure you are in ChatGPT 4.5. You go ahead and click on tools, and in tools, we go ahead and turn on run deep research. So when we do this, it's going to go ahead and ask some questions. This is the complete prompt. You can go ahead and pause the video, take a screenshot, whatever you want to do, just so that you do have this. Let's go ahead and answer these questions. Would you like me to find 3 trending video topics, ideas across? Okay, so ChatGPT is starting the research for the title variations, the video topics, and all of that. And while it's doing this, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next step. And the next step is actually hiring the content team, the scriptwriter, the editor, and the thumbnail designer. As for the voiceover, we can just pay the editor an extra $5 to use the levelabs.io to make the voiceover. But as for the script, edit, and thumbnail, there's 2 platforms that we can use. We can use Upwork.com and we can use Fiverr.com. So I'm gonna go ahead and break down how to properly use each platform. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with breaking down Upwork. So Upwork.com is the platform that I recommend the most. That's where I found most of my higher quality content creators. So on Upwork, you want to go ahead and just create your free account and then go over to hire talent. So when you hover over hire talent, you can see this right here. And this in here, you want to go ahead and click post a job. And this allows you to put up job listings where people can actually go ahead and apply to the position. So we want to go ahead and post 3 different job postings. We want to post one for a scriptwriter, an editor, and a thumbnail designer. And you want to do this pretty much right away. You can definitely do this before you even do all the ChatGPT stuff because this typically takes about 24 hours to get a good amount of applications. I always post a job, wait 24 hours, and then I start going through all the applications. So when you go to post a job, you want to choose short-term project, and you want to go through this entire process. You can actually watch this video. There's a card right here. You can click on this after watching this one. And I do go through this entire process of how to properly post each job postings. However, once you go and start replying to people, you want to make sure you actually vet them. So you want to go through an interview process. And if you want me to break down like the entire interview process, just go ahead and like this video. If this video does get over 1,000 likes, I'll go through and break down the entire interview process that I do personally use to see if someone is gonna be a good content creator or if I should just pass on them. So again, go ahead and like the video. If this video does get over 1,000 likes, I'll go through that entire process. I'll make a full video completely dedicated to this process. As for Fiverr, I typically do only use this for thumbnails. As you can see on the homepage, it's pretty much just all thumbnail designers. I really only do use Fiverr for finding and hiring thumbnail designers. For scriptwriters and editors, I don't know what it is, but on the platform, Fiverr, the people are typically a little bit more difficult to work with. I'm not 100% too sure on why that is, but on Fiverr, I really do only use it to find thumbnail designers. And this is where you can essentially just like come here. Let's say this caught my attention. I can just click on this and then go ahead and hit contact me. And then it'll take me to actually go ahead and like just message the person directly. And again, I guess I already contacted this person, but I really only do use this when I'm finding or looking for different thumbnail designers. As for everything else, the script and the actual edit, I really do use Upwork the most to find all of my script writers and all of my editors. Okay, so ChatGPT did just finish up that deep research that we basically had to do before we went into the Upwork and Fiverr and all of that. So this is that deep research, and this is the subniche that I chose. This is the actual topic, and then it provides 4 title variations based on the channel style itself. So the first topic they did for comeback stories of celebrities, the Will Smith post-Oscars comeback. and each title variation. Same thing with Johnny Depp. Those are all of those. The celebrity feuds and beef. Selena Gomez versus Hailey Bieber. We also have celebrity breakups and relationship drama. We have Shakira and Gerard. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. But we also have the celebrity conspiracy theories. So those are all of that. And there's 4 title variations based on the actual channel that they did analyze. So we have a Heavy style and an Oop style, Thirsty style, and Just Holly. One thing that I do recommend doing, one thing that I do for all of my channels is split testing titles. Now on YouTube, you're able to split test thumbnails on the platform, but you can't split test titles. This is where TubeBuddy comes into play. So TubeBuddy, I really just use it for like the split testing features because you can split test everything. Titles, thumbnails, descriptions, tags, literally everything. And this is that process right here. So when you're on TubeBuddy, what you'll do is you'll create A and B test, you'll choose metadata, and then this is where you're able to split test your actual titles, thumbnails, tags, all of that. And you can actually go ahead and split test each one of these titles for the actual video. And this does allow you to choose the best performing one. Now we're at the point where we have our video topics, we have the titles, we went over the whole process of finding your content team. So now the last thing to go over is really uploading your videos and like what to do, how to like analyze the data and all that stuff. So after uploading 8 to 10 videos on your channel, and I'm gonna use this channel as a reference point. This channel right here, this is the channel that I'm actually documenting over the 30 days on my Instagram. And if you haven't seen that whole series, I do recommend checking it out. Like on my Instagram, there's a ton of like videos of me documenting this channel's journey. So this channel itself, it was started March 9th of 2025. I uploaded my first video March 15th of 2025. It got monetized April 1st, and so far it's made $35,746. So I'm gonna go over how I actually analyzed the CTR, the APV, and knew like what needed to change, what changes needed to be made, all of that good stuff. So I'm gonna go over this video right here. So this video, it's gotten 2.4 million views so far, and it's made $12,931. And if we come down here, we can see that this video was actually uploaded March 21st of 2025. And we can look at this as well. So this is also a super important analytic to look at. Not analytic, but data. So in the past 48 hours, this video has still gotten 31,000 views. If we go ahead and switch this to past 60 minutes, we can see it's still gotten 458 views. So every single day, this video is getting more and more views, which means it's making more and more money every single day. And I want to go ahead and look at the analytics. So this video itself, it's gotten 14.7 million impressions, and it has a 10.9% CTR. And this is a big reason this video is performing so well. Because with your CTR, this is really what you want to aim for, right? You want to aim for a 10% plus, and that's when you know the video is going to really, really pop off. So with your CTR, this stands for click-through rate, as you can see. And your click-through rate basically tells you how many people see your video and actually click on it to watch the video. So 10.9% of people who see the video, see the title, see the thumbnail, are going to click on it to actually watch the video. And 10% plus is a really good thumbnail. Realistically, you want to be aiming for like an 8 to 10%, but if you can get that 10% plus, that video is going to really, really pop off. So to get that, the two things that really affect your CTR is your title and your thumbnail. And that's why I do recommend, split testing, because split testing allows you to really go through and split test a bunch of different titles and thumbnails to see what's going to have the highest CTR. And as you can see, it gives you all of that data. So it gives you the CTR of each split test, and on top of that, also the watch time. So split testing is the best way and the easiest way to really have the best title and thumbnail combination for the highest CTR. Now, the second thing that's really important to study is your average percentage viewed. So a lot of people really only look at the average view duration. The average view duration is obviously super important because that's what really affects how much your video is going to get pushed. But the thing is, the easiest way to increase your AVD is just have a longer video. Because obviously, let's say you have a 10-minute video and a 20-minute video. That 20-minute video is going to have a higher AVD because there is just a lot more video to actually watch. Your average percentage viewed, it's impossible to be skewed because it doesn't matter if it's like a 10-minute video or a 20-minute video, your APV is going to tell you if your video is good or not good. And this is the overall graph. So real quick, this APV is obviously a little bit lower, right? This APV is 23.8%, but the thing is, as you get a lot more views, like again, this video has 2.4 million views. As you get a lot more views, your APV is going to naturally drop. And you can really study your APV from this graph. So this graph tells you where people are either skipping the video or dropping off. And you can see the intro of this video, this intro, that's where the biggest drop off is. Like it really stops dropping off like about right here. There's a little bit more of a drop, and then really it's like around 2 minutes and 40 seconds is where it starts to like kind of like go horizontal. And this is how an average APV graph is going to look, right? It's going to have a big drop off in the intro, and then it's going to start like flatlining while slowly going down. So this is kind of average. However, we do want to, like this graph basically tells me that I need to make my intros a lot better. And the easiest way to do that is to just shorten the intro, but I need to make the intro a lot better to where that drop off, it stops earlier. So I want it to look like this rather than like this, right? So the easiest way to increase your APV, and with your APV, you want to be shooting for that 30%. So if you can get to a 30% APV, that's when your video is going to really bang. Like a 10% plus CTR along with a 30% APV, that's when you're talking like millions and millions and millions of views. So this tells me I need to make my intros a lot better so that people just don't skip the intros or just leave right away. And then I also need to make the body of the video a little bit better because it's like it drops like a lot right here as well, as you can see. Like this goes from 31% to like 28%. So like the body of the video just needs to be a little bit more engaging. And the body really comes from the actual clip selection and the script writing. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of restate what I did just mention. So after 8 to 10 videos, you wanna go through and you wanna analyze all of your data, specifically analyze the CTR and the APV. Then you wanna basically fix what needs to be fixed. However, you only want to double down on the videos that are performing the best. So we have all of these different sub-niches. After uploading 8 to 10 videos, you should be able to identify what sub-niche is performing the best. Like what sub-niche is an outlier. What videos are getting the most views and getting the most traction and impressions and all of that. Like basically double down on what people want to watch. This is exactly what I did with this channel. And you can see the performance, right? You can see the points of like when I double down, it obviously has those high peaks of making over $1,000 each day. And now it's continuing to climb back up to those $1,000 days. So after the 8 to 10 videos, analyze the data, fix what needs to be fixed, and basically refine and repeat and double down on your top performers. And that's basically how I scaled this channel. That's also how I scaled this channel.